Hey, good morning, everybody. It's about 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time. I'm in Collinsville, Illinois. Then south is very south portion of Illinois, right across the Mississippi River from St. Louis. My truck is in the shop. I'm getting an air conditioner put in it so that I can sleep at night during this grueling hot summer. But anyway, the reason I wanted to get on here today, and let me just say, I do this to leave a record of my existence, a footprint, as the millennial may say, to leave a footprint of my existence here on this lonely planet. I have, of course, some things in my past that I'm not proud of, and I will not be putting those on there like some of these nimwits put everything they did on there. Oh, my father molested me, and we had sex until I was from 8 until 18, and I got 2 babies by him. No, I will not be putting no bullshit like that on there. I ain't putting nothing like that on there. My dirty laundry stays in the closet. I will not bring it out in the open. But anyway, this is just for, people talk about religion and what are your views on religion, and I don't talk politics and I don't talk religion. But for me, religion and spirituality is a very important part of my life because it keeps me grounded, it keeps me focused, it keeps my eyes on the prize, and it gives me some confidence to know that when I die, I ain't gonna be put in the ground in a box, and I ain't never been scared of the dark anyway, so death don't really hold no, I really hold no fear for death. I found out that, and I'm still investigating, but I know that there's a God. The religion part, I don't know, because I once had a revelation, I believe, and it was about 1995. I was living in Miami at 1822 Northwest 45th Street, Miami, Florida, right in the heart of Liberty City, right outside of Brownsville, Brown Sub. And so, and some of y'all might know where that's at, right? So anyway, it's hurricane season. I'm putting up the plywood in my windows because I don't want anything, debris busting my windows out, because if you're a hurricane, if one of your windows get busted and that eye comes over that hurricane, if the eye of that hurricane comes over your house and one of your windows is broke or a door is open or anything like that, pop goes the weasel, your roof is coming off, baby. It's coming off. So I'm boarding up my windows and make sure nothing breaks my windows and damages the inside of my house or my roof. So I'm outside one day and I'm just, talking and thinking, and so I think to myself, God, why are there religious wars, I mean, God, there's been religious wars going on since the beginning of time. I say, why are there religious wars? And he said, first, let me tell you let's look at the word religion. What is religion? I say, well, what is religion, God? He said, religion is the summation of conversations between men. Can you dig it? Can you understand that verbiage? It is men talking, coming up through their discussion. They say, this is what we believe in, or this is our doctrine. And because of this doctrine, we're going to name this doctrine this, and therefore we have now created a religious sect or a religion. I said, oh, okay, I get it, makes sense. It's men talking, coming up with something and claiming it as their own. Okay, like Martin Luther, when he was tired of the Catholic Church having people pay money for penance. So to repent, they had to pay money. It was called penance. Okay, my child, do 1,000 Hail Marys, and on your way out, drop $10,000 in the bucket. Martin Luther, who is of the Lutheran churches, and he says, nah, people don't have to pay for that, man. So him and his followers got together, they talked about it, and they started the Lutherans. And so John Wesley and the Catholics and whoever, right? So I said, okay, well, so that's what religion is. I said, well, why are there religious wars? He said, because their summations are wrong. So that means everything that these religious people have been talking about and have been prescribing for us to follow is a farce. They don't know shit about what they're talking about. God has said that what they've discussed and what the outcome of those discussions are false. I says, okay, but we still follow them because we need something to belong to. Oh, I'm a Baptist. Oh, I'm a Catholic. I belong to First Baptist Church of Guatemala. I belong to New Baptist Church. I belong to First John. I belong to Greater Harvest on the side of the rock Missionary Baptist Church. I belong to New Birth. I belong to, my church has over 15,000 members. My pastor drives a Mercedes-Benz 2023, and I know that thing costs at least $150,000. Yet you come to church, you can't pay your mortgage, your gas and electricity is about to get cut off, and you trying to figure out, should I pay my mortgage, my gas, or my tithes? And you putting your money in the tithing booth, and you go home and ain't got no goddamn electricity. All right, so I said, okay, but anyway, back to the conversation here. I said, well, why are there religious wars? He said, because their summations are wrong. And because they're wrong, they argue, fuss, and fight, and start a bunch of bullshit. So here brings me to my premise and what I found out, or who I believe God is and what God is about. God is a supernatural consciousness. He is the creator of all things. God is everything. He is in everything. He is everywhere. He created all things. It says in Adam and Eve, in Adam, God blew the breath of man into life, and the breath of life into man, and man became a living soul. God put a piece of him in everybody. It's a piece of him in the plants. It's a piece of him in the trees. It's a piece of him in fish. It's a piece of him in everything. Did you know that the only thing that separates a black man from a plant is magnesium and iron? We have iron running through our blood, which gives us the melanin, and they have magnesium running through their blood, which allows them to attract chlorophyll. Melanin and chlorophyll are related. That's why we should be eating plants, because we're so closely related. Not meat, plants, because we're closely related. They are electrical. They are our foods. And we talk about electrical. We have over 50 trillion cells in our body, right? Dig that, 50 trillion. That makes up the human body. And each cell has 1.5 kilowatts of electricity. So how much electricity is running through your body? I used to put together I had a blog put together called, oh God, what's the name of my blog? In Abundance. N-U-A-B-A-N-D-U-N-C-E. Abundance.blogspot.com. And one of the things I talk about, the very first thing I wrote on was the second law of thermodynamics, which says that energy is neither created nor destroyed. And the reason I wrote that is because, dig this, there is a certain entity in your body, and we won't call it an entity, but there is a certain thing in your body that if a person snatches this out of your body, you will just fall to the ground dead. And the thing about it is you can't see it, but you can feel it. Ding! You can feel it. And if they snatch that out of your body, you will die. Every thought that you think in your brain is an electrical impulse. That's why the light bulb goes off in the cartoons when a person has an idea, because it's a thought. Every thought that has ever been thought, because it is electricity, is still in the ether. That's why when you have a question and you're just walking down the street and you say, "Oh, I got it." The reason you got it is because actually your head and your brain in it is a shortwave radio. It's a shortwave radio. Your brain is made out of liquid crystal calcium, and your skull is made out of crystallized calcium. And together they send and receive thoughts. So you ask a question, it goes into the universe as electricity, and you get an answer back as electricity. So back to the question, what can be snatched out of your body and you will die instantly? It's electricity. We are an electrical unit that is guided by, our bodies are an electrical unit which is guided by a spirit. The spirit drives the body the same way a human being drives a car. When the car dies, the human being gets out the car and he gets another body. That is called reincarnation. Trust me, the Bible speaks on it. But that's another story. I'll talk about that later. Anyway, what I want to tell you in conclusion, it's like I'm writing a book, in conclusion, but what I want to tell you is this, is that your soul is separate from your body. That's why God says, don't fear those who can kill the body, but fear that who can kill the soul and the body. Because our body dies, our soul keeps on going. Matter of fact, it's glad to get out of this body. It's like I'm free again. I can move at the speed of light. I'm not stuck here going one step at a time, or as fast as the fastest car that I can drive can take me, or the fastest car that I can afford can take me. But anyway, that's that, brothers and sisters. Hey, remember, you are a soul. You're not this body. Don't worry about the body. Body means nothing. It's gonna perish, die, rot, and turn to dust. From dust we came, and from dust we shall go. So don't worry about the body. Just keep on living, and I'll get back to you on tomorrow. And until then, y'all have a beautiful day. Peace out.